people's quote of the day. Each level of success requires another level of sacrifice. You are now listening to episode 5 of the People's Mentors podcast featuring Juan Pablo. DJ Cool, play us a smooth instrumental. Okay, we're back. Today's topic of discussion is success requires sacrifices. So for today's topic, we're going to go over the following points. Number 1, definite goal. Number 2, write the vision. 3, work hard and work smart. And last and certainly not least, burning desire. So this was inspired by the people's question for today. And it was, how do you stay disciplined, by Rudy Simpson. He's part of the 100% Finance team. He and I were out in the field about to do an event and also look at some venues to shoot new YouTube videos. And he asked me about that. Like, how do you stay self-disciplined? Because I have a hard time trying to improve myself and really get to that next level. I have a hard time trying to become successful and blah, blah, blah. So this one is out to you, Rudy Simpson. So allow me to share with you some personal experiences of how I came to this realization. So the quote of the day is actually a quote that I've created because it hit me where I wanted to get in better shape, physically speaking. And I was, working out maybe 4 or 5 times a week. I would try my best to eat healthy, but I just wasn't getting the optimal results that I wanted. I wanted to have a 6-pack at 34 years old. Probably had a 4-pack. Maybe a 2-liter, but I didn't have a 6-pack that I wanted. And then I realized, the reason being, because I did additional research, the reason why I don't have a 6-pack is because I'm not actually working out 6 days a week. And I'm eating bread, I'm eating carbs, I'm drinking beer, I'm doing all the things that are contrary to a 6-pack. And then it hit me, wow, each new level of success requires another level of sacrifice. So in order for me to get that 6-pack that I desire, that means I might have to sacrifice carbs, bread, pies, and man, I love pie. I might have to sacrifice drinking beer. I might have to sacrifice sticking to water and salad while I'm socializing with my friends out and about. Very difficult. But I realized if I truly wanted this new level of success, physically speaking, then I will have to make some sacrifices, physically speaking. And guess what? You have to do the same thing financially speaking. If you want another level of success where your finances are concerned, where your passive income is concerned, then you understand that you have to make another level of sacrifice. So let's dive back into the topic. Success requires sacrifices. So the first thing you need to do, if you're interested in becoming more successful than where you are right now, let's just be clear. You are successful. You are a success. But understand that you're ambitious. You want to get to that next level. So the first step is you have to create a definite goal. So what that means, my friend, is there's no room for obscurity or any vagueness where your goals are concerned. They have to be clear. They have to be concise. They have to be definite. So if you say, okay, well, I want to be financially free, Juan Pablo. I want to be able to quit my day job like you. Well, that's a great goal to aim for, but you have to get more specific. You have to become more definite. When do you want to be financially free? Through which way? Is it through real estate investing? Is it through creating your own business? If it is a business, is it a brick and mortar? Is it an online business? Become more definite. When would you like to become financially free and independent? Is this 4 years from now? 5 years from now? You have to get very definite. Well, how much income do you need to be financially free and independent? What is your personal financial statement? So be very definite, very specific, very measurable where your goals are concerned. Some of you guys are familiar with the SMART goals. I want to make sure that you adhere to that. Now, the second topic, in order to become more successful, you have to make more sacrifices. The next thing you have to do is write the vision. So once you have a clearly defined goal, write it down, make it plain so whoever sees it can run with it. So write it down. And as I did with my creed, if I don't buy my first rental property by December 31st, 2010, I'll be ashamed of myself. I did the same thing. I'm looking at my board right now in my office for our company, 100% Finance. If 100% Finance doesn't generate on average $84,000 a month in revenue by December 31st, 2018, we ought to be ashamed of ourselves. Okay, so I want you to do the same thing. Write your vision down, be very definite, specific, have numbers associated with it, time frames, and so forth. Write it down, read it, and recite it daily. Visualize yourself accomplishing your goal as if it was past tense. If you do this on a daily basis, let's say 3 times a day, in a short matter of time, you will believe it. And once you believe it, then you will receive it. But you got to have that vision in front of you all the time. Okay? I call that brainwashing yourself for success. So does that require sacrifice? Yes. Does that require self-discipline? Yes. That means that you have to look at your goals day in and day out. And as you might have to set a timer or some type of notification in your smartphone, your calendar, whatever resource you have available to constantly remind you to review your vision and your goals on a consistent basis. So the next thing I have here, in order to become more successful, you have to work hard and work smart. So you know that entails a lot of sacrifices right there. So if you want to become financially free, independent through real estate and quit your day job like I did, you have to work hard. And you heard the old adage before, hard work trumps talent any day. Work hard, put the hours in. And what I did once I was embarking on this journey to become financially free through real estate, I sacrificed my spare time to make myself wealthy. I worked hard. I sacrificed leisure-like activities so that I can work hard on my real estate investing career. That included the following: attending networking events, cold calling real estate agents. That involved me hosting seminars and courses so that I can be perceived as an expert to raise private money. Many different things, but I worked hard. Sometimes I felt like resting. Did I rest? No. Sometimes I felt like taking it easy. Did I take it easy? Maybe a little bit, but generally speaking, no. I refused to. I sacrificed rest. I sacrificed leisure-like activities so that I can become successful. So outside of just working hard, I also have here working smart. So it's not just you working hard trying to chop down a tree, but it will be ineffective for you to chop down a tree and you're working hard, sweating profusely if your blade is dull. So you have to sharpen your blade. In other words, you have to sharpen your skill set. So if you work hard on your craft, let's say it's real estate investing, and you work smart where you're reading books, you're attending seminars, you're networking with people who are doing things bigger and better than you, then my friend, you will chop down that tree as quickly as possible. And that's where I want you to be. I want you to be that person that says, you know what, Juan Pablo, I'm dedicated. I'm going to make that sacrifice. I'm going to work hard on real estate investing. I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I'm going to work smart. Every day, I'm going to increase my learning. If you increase your learning, you will increase your earning. So you might say, in regard to increasing my learning, Juan Pablo, I'm going to make it my mission to read a book a week. Scratch that. I'm making my mission to read 8 books a month. Every time I'm driving in my car, I'm just going to listen to an audiobook that relates to my business acumen, real estate, personal finances, and so forth. If you continue to work hard and work smart, you too will become successful. Next tip and last tip, burning desire. So that answers one of my team members' questions, how do you say self-discipline? You have to have a burning desire. If you don't have a burning desire for the success that you desperately want, you will find any reason, any excuse to quit. Let's go back to the exercise analogy. You may desire to have a 6-pack like I did. But if my desire wasn't burning, at the first sign of pie, I may quit my diet. Or the first sign of soreness, I may quit exercising. Or if I had such a busy day, jam-packed day, I will find an excuse not to work out. So what I would do in that scenario is make sure I put my goals, my definite goals, write my vision, work hard and smart, and burn desire. I will do all these things in the morning before my work day began. So I will never have that excuse, I didn't have time. And even when I didn't feel like it, I will continually exercise the discipline. And that's what discipline means. It's defined as the following: doing what you know you need to do despite how you feel. I'm sure you guys exercised before and you might have felt sore the day before, or you might have had a short night because you were up all night working. You didn't feel like working out. You were exhausted. You were sore. You didn't feel like working out. But people who are self-disciplined, they do what they got to do despite how they feel. But they only do what they know they need to do despite how they feel, only if they have a burning desire for that result. So if you have a burning desire, my friend, to become successful in real estate, to be financially free and independent, having mailbox money, passive income received on a consistent basis with little to no work required, my friend, you got to have a burning desire. Burning desire will help you be self-disciplined. And just understand, in order to be successful, you will continually make sacrifices. All right, great. So that concludes the topic for today. Okay, excellent. There you have it, my friend. So now we're going to switch segments in this program. You know it's that time for the People's Champ. I want to shout out to Alex Ost, O-S-T, who put on our closed Facebook group the following: follow the map, 20,000 in business funding on my first round, ! Thanks a lot, Juan Pablo and company.
Shh. Listen up. Let's get this money.
This podcast episode is sponsored by 100% Finance. If you're interested in getting started in real estate without using any of your own money and would like to have business funding, visit 100percentfinance.com to apply for the free consultation. We help small business owners and real estate investors alike obtain over $5.5 million in 2017, and we're interested in helping you receive more funding this year. One last word of motivation, my friend, in regard to success requires sacrifices. With those sacrifices, make sure they are small and incremental. Don't go into kill zone with your sacrifices. Don't say, okay, I want to lose weight. I'm not going to eat anything until next week. Please don't do that. Just make sure you take it one small step at a time. So, for example, one thing I did for health to obtain that six-pack, which I pat myself on the back half now, I made sure I tried intermittent fasting, where I didn't just eat any time in the day, only ate between an 8-hour window. And then once I got comfortable with that sacrifice, I want to increase my next level of success by doing another small sacrifice by just eating 2 meals during the 8-hour window. So I want you to do the same thing with your goals. So if your goals are financial, you might say, well, I could free some capital by reducing my entertainment expense or the amount of food or amount of money that I spend when I eat out, and just make that small sacrifice. Or, you know what? I could increase my level of activity. Instead of going to overkill and go to 8 networking events a month, maybe I could just start off with doing 2 a month or 1 a month. And then once I get comfortable with that, maybe I can increase that to 2 or 3 a month. Or perhaps I should do this and do that. Just continue to increase the sacrifices once it becomes tolerable. Okay, guys, so that concludes our podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed it and found value. And if you found value, please share with people in your circle, family, friends, colleagues, and coworkers. But if you found it unvaluable, that's cool. Invaluable, unvaluable, whatever the word is, just let us know. Reach out to us and give us feedback so we can improve it for your viewing or listening pleasure. So as always, guys, this is to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately. Peace.